Hi guys, if you want to know how I started dating my husband in January 2022 and we got engaged in June 2022 and we were married in November 2022. If you want to know how all of this happened in 1 year, sit back, relax and enjoy. Welcome back to my channel. It's your favorite girl here, Miracle, with a pretty face again as always. It's been a while. But guess who is back bigger and better? I am. I'm still an amateur YouTuber, so I'm still getting a hang of all of these things. This is the point where you want to like and subscribe because this juice, this tea I'm about to spill, I'm even laughing on my behalf, but it's really an amazing one. And my husband is a camera shy person, so he's not here to give his own version of the story. But from my end, I'm going to give my version. And maybe one day we can get him to sit down on this couch and film a video with me and also give his own version of the story. So yes, how did Miracle meet Chiagozim? A lot of people have asked me, how did you meet your husband? And the tea begins. Okay, so I would backtrack to my end. I've always been a person that loves to date for intentionality. I don't just want to date to do boyfriend and girlfriend stuff. I'm not that kind of person. If I'm going to date you, there must be a future in view, right? So for the longest time, I have been single because, again, I don't like to play around. I'm a Christian. I have certain values that I cannot compromise on. And there's some things I hold very, very dear. So I wasn't going to compromise. So I'd been single for a long while. And I think at the time, what even further buttressed my singleness is I had just come out from NYSC in 2019-ish. I was trying to find my feet, in 2018, I guess. I was trying to find my feet, get a job, know how my life is gonna be. So I was hustling. I was in my hustle era, becoming a better version of myself and all of those stuff. So during that period, I started my NGO, which we do Skill Fiesta every year. I'll talk about that soon. Then also, I wrote 2 books at the time. Now this is where the story begins. Guess what? In my end, I was trying to get myself better, push myself and be better. I wrote a book called Dare, right? And that book is literally one of my best, the best things I've done because I really poured my heart into that book. I wrote a book called Dare, a professional guide to becoming, a better version of yourself, something along those lines. And I was interviewed by Rave TV for the book. I think that Rave TV interview is somewhere in my YouTube channel. You can find it. Okay, now, these are things I've done. I already started marketing. I just started growing in marketing and all of those. Now, in 2020, I guess, I can't remember, January or so, I'm bad with dates, but just follow the gist. A friend of mine was getting married in Abakaliki. I was in Lagos. Now, I traveled to Abakaliki. I'm trying to explain to you because me and my husband were 2 worlds apart. There was no way we would have met. But for time and season, God's divinely orchestrating things. Bear in mind, I was always saying I'm not even interested in dating. I just want to, build my brand, build myself, and all of those good stuff. Now I went to Abakaliki for my friend's wedding. And when you go to weddings and you're bridesmaids and you take pictures. So I took a picture with one of the other brides. I don't even think she was a bridesmaid, but she was so nice, welcoming, and we vibed. And I took a picture with her. Now she posted up. I don't think I even posted that picture with her on my Facebook, but she posted that picture on her Facebook. This was 2020, I guess. She posted that picture on her Facebook. Now, she and maybe the person she was dating at the time, I can't remember the story, was mutual friends with my husband, or he was the person that usually makes my husband's shoes. So my husband saw the picture of that girl and myself on his Facebook timeline, and he was like, whoa, who is this girl? He then, because I think I was somehow tagged, he then follows that picture and comes to my profile. This was 2020, and that was where the journey began in his end. But me, I was busy living my life. Everybody, if you know me before now, I'm the babe, I'm the girl. I was busy doing stuff, building my career, doing my writing books, building my brand and all of those stuff. So I was doing all those. So then I think in 2020, my husband the stranger, okay, we're backtracking. The stranger then messaged me that, oh, hi, on Facebook. Me, I don't reply messages on Facebook because if I go to my Facebook now, I'm not kidding, I have over 2,000 messages waiting. So Facebook messages are just an absolute waste of time for me. So it was later I discovered that he messaged me that 2020 on Facebook. None of my business. I did not see it. So I didn't really care. Then where the journey got interesting was now in 2020. It was still that 2020, right? I guess, yes. He then came on LinkedIn because he discovered that apparently he had found me everywhere. I have the same name across all platforms. So he had come to my Facebook, I didn't respond. He went to Instagram, followed me. I did not notice. I was living my baby girl life. I didn't want to be hooked at the time, trying to navigate life, right? Then he now came on LinkedIn on my birthday in 2020 and he wished me a happy birthday. Okay, guys, is this story, if you're following me, just be typing, be taking notes of the timestamp because it will be required. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe. Welcome to the family if you're new here. So yes, let's go back to the story. He comes to my LinkedIn in April 2020 and wishes me a happy birthday. Hi, happy birthday. Now, I said I don't reply Facebook messages, but I always reply my LinkedIn messages because I'm a professional and I don't know where my destiny helper is going to meet me. Do you get what I mean? So I said, oh, thank you very much for wishing me a happy birthday. On LinkedIn, a lot of people send you happy birthday. I told him, thank you. He was like, oh, he had messaged me on Facebook already and he came on LinkedIn. None of my business. He's like, can I get your number? I'm like, oh, bro, I ghosted him again because, again, I was not in that time frame. Then he now came again in 2021, April 2021 again. And he's like, oh, happy birthday. I can't wait. Wish you all the best and all of those. I'm like, oh, thank you very much. He then requests for my number again. Then I now backtracked because I was like, oh, this person has messaged me before. How come I don't know this person? This was now, he had messaged me in 2020. Remember, he had already started on Facebook. I didn't reply. Came to my LinkedIn in 2020. I ghosted him. 2021, he messaged me again and asked for my number again. And I'll backtrack. I was like, oh, this person had already asked me for my number last year and I didn't give him. What's the big deal? Give this person your number. Miracle. It doesn't hurt. I give him my numbers. One of those people. It's not if you call me, I'll answer. Girls, we do this. Giving number is not the problem. It's when if you call, will I answer? That's the problem. So I was like, okay, you can have my number. Fine. And then went further to say that, oh, this was 2021. That's, oh, he would like to meet me, but he's not in town. When he gets back into town, can he meet me? I was like, okay, cool. Free lunch now. How bad can he get? And I remember that time in that 2021, he would just randomly send me lunch to my office whenever I'm working from the office. I was like, okay. In my head, I'm just like one of those strikers. We have a lot of strikers. All those things don't move us, right? And it's not as if I can't afford lunch for myself. So I wasn't really, all of those things were not moving. So now, drag, you're still there because it's about to get interesting. So what then happens again? We then meet. He comes back in, was it July, I guess, in 2021, and then meet him for the first time. I'm like, oh, hi. He was like, hi. I was like, first off, I'm like, bro, you're friend zoned. You're friend zoned because then I had what the spec in my head was gonna be: tall, dark, handsome, and he wasn't dark. He wasn't like giving me those stuff. I was like, it's just gonna be a friend. Girls, this is the point where you need to throw away that physical spec list. I mean, it works for some, but I'm saying that some things matter above specs. I think I'll talk about that in a later video, but let's continue. So this was now then that 2021 we had met, and again I friend zoned him. I wasn't even talking to him often. He'll message me, I'm not even responding. You know, just one of those people you keep. Then that crusade now happened. I went to God and with my friend I mentioned earlier, and I prayed to God. I was like, Father, please, I'm going to turn 25. That was last year. That's 2022. I'm going to be turning 25. Father, please, I think I'm ready at this point. Make a way for me. I just put out my heart to God and I started making like intentional prayers for that. Then in December, we were just talking on and off. We're going on, again, had friends on him. We'll go for day. He liked to meet in person. My husband, I forgot something. When he saw me on that day, he was like, I'm a project. That's what this man told me. On your first date, he said to me, Miracle, nice meeting you. You're a project. This is just initiation phase. I will meet you at the completion phase. I'm like, what the hell? Who are you that you? It's the audacity. Like, it was giving audacity, guys. Who are you, bro? That you're calling me a project. I was like, this guy, you don't know me. You're not even my spec. Like, what can I even do something? I'm sure God was just looking at me and was just shaking his head. This guy, you're not alright. Like, but it was the audacity. How dare you meet me on my first date and tell me I'm a project, bro? What kind of audacity is that? Oh yes, let's continue this sweet gist. Then, what then happens? Sorry guys, this time you should subscribe because it's not easy to remember all these things for you guys. So we would go on dates. Then he was just getting to know me. I was getting to know him at the time as a friend, right? Then in December, we were supposed to meet again in December, guys, and this guy ghosted me. Hey God, I was the one that used to ghost people, and you ghosted me. This guy ghosted me the whole of December. He was going to Enugu at the time. He did not talk to me as to he had traveled, nothing. We did not meet, he didn't even follow up on the date. I was now so angry. I was like, that was when I should have known that I was something I started flinging. But I was like, nah, what the hell? I'm like, it's the audacity for me. You are not even going to tell me about your whereabouts. In my head, I was like, Mary, sure you say this guy is just nothing to you. Why are you angry? I'm like, why? But how dare you ghost me? Like, how dare you not tell me you had traveled? How dare you stand me up? You're supposed to have a date. You didn't even follow up on the date. I was like, it's over. I'm not going to talk to this guy ever again. Oh my God. Then I think Christmas or something, he just messaged me randomly. I'm like, why are you messaging me? He then now explained that, oh, he had been sick. He had to travel. You know, something happened for that to have happened. I was like, oh, whatever. Now, he had, according to him, when he comes again, is the other story. In January, in that December, he went to his hometown and he prayed that God, please open, you know, let me make my person, let me not make the wrong choices. Because again, he's an odogu, he's a fine guy. He had a lot of girls. So he was also particular about not making the wrong choice. I was also praying to God to help him make the right decision. But to be honest, he was not in the picture. Then in January, I was ready. I was like, I am ready now. This was now January 2022. I was not like, God, I am ready now. I had a couple of suitors at the time. So I was like, I'm going to use this January to, you know the people, right? And, you know, get to know them and know who I'm going to now finally settle with. Because again, I've been saying no to a lot of people. So what end? I was meeting a lot of people. None was cutting it. But he was the last person I met in the list. That's the way God works. And according to him, I was not aligning with him on one thing. There was something that was particular to me at the time, which is no longer, you know, that important. But when we talked about it, he discovered that it was not even as important. This was the reason I was saying all of those things. And by the time we were able to get past that conversation, this man looked me dead eyes in that December and said, January 2022, so he said to me that before December 31st, he's going to change my last name. This is what this man said to me. Again, he has a very annoying audacity, which I somehow like. I was like, yes, King, but I was like, how can you tell me that? Like, won't I like take a year to get to know you, to date you, blah blah blah? This man was ready, bro. So that was how but then we met, we aligned. I knew that okay, there was now something because I had to pray to God. I was like, take away all the spec. You know, I spoke to like my pastor, I spoke to like my friend. They were like, Miracle, take away all these things. Is this person a child of God? Does this person love you? Does this person value you? I'm seeing all those very prominent traits. And by the time from that January, I was not like, okay, let me take away all the skills and look at this thing holistically. And I discovered that he was such an amazing person. And I was missing out on a lot. And then I told him I'm not going to date him like that. That he's going to now, you know, ask me officially to be his girlfriend. In February, this man asked me to be his girlfriend in Shiro, February 13th, because he doesn't like all those crowd of Valentine. It was such a beautiful moment. You know, he shared a lot of stuff. We made promises to ourselves. And from the get-go, I knew he was serious. I think one thing to take is when a man knows what he wants, he knows what he wants. I would say one thing that attracted me more to my husband is that he was certain. From the second he saw my picture, I was just the one. He said I was just the one delaying it. I left for him, it should have happened since. He was really certain. Men know what they want. And those reassuring words and the fact that somebody wants you was super amazing. And we started dating officially in February, and by what, April, or something like that, Oga was already saying he wants to go and see my father. The engagement gist is going to be another day, because in June he connived with one of my friends and brother engaged me. But yes, this is how I met my husband, and it's been bliss from there. We got engaged in June. In September, we had our traditional wedding. In October, we had our court wedding. And in November, we had our church wedding. So we can get married again and again and again. If you want to see the engagement video, leave a comment and I'm going to come right next. Bye, guys.